Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We start the session. Hare Bol, does it start exactly at 10 or we have to wait?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji. We can start, right, Mataji?
Yes, माता जी.
Thank you. We'll start with a small kirtan and then Mangalacharan. That's okay, fine, right, Mataji?
Yes, माता जी. Yes, हरि बोल.
Very good. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yamunatiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachaari Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nittai Gara Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gara Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nama Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. I welcome you all for this next session of the Brahma Samhita. We start with the Mangalacharan prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripahatam ham vande Shri Gurum Dinakarinam Vandeham Shri Guru Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadi Shatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Vivrashtabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dandaharini Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktyakam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vatsadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances, seeking blessings of all the Vaishnavas assembled over here. We are going through the purport, the translation, the verses of Srimad Brahma Samhita, which itself is very esoteric knowledge. So I think we have completed 14. So I will be completing the 15th verse. I'll share. Maybe few of y'all can tell me till 14th what we have understood, so that we can continue with the 15th verse. And those who would wish to recite also, you can raise your hand and accordingly do it. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji, you can. Yeah, Medavani Mataji, please go ahead.
Mataji, for recitation, I raise my hand.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anybody who would like to revise what did we go through this 14 verses? What is our understanding? And then we continue on with the 15th verse. Yeah, that is how we can, then we will get the flow of it. Hari Bol, is anybody ready to? Very good. So it is said, we at least what is the history of Brahma Samhita? How did it start? Who is reciting it? When, at least that.
Hare Krishna
Mataji,
Mataji. Yes,
Yes.
Krishnamurti Prabhu, please go ahead.
you please tell me, Mataji, you please tell your what, because you are the appropriate person to exhibit it. Please, Mataji, let it come from you only.
Yes, sure, Prabhu. I'm doing this as a service, Prabhu, because this is a really transcendental knowledge, and to please my Guru for the pleasure of the Lord and for my own purification. And okay, so we understood that from the first verses onwards that it is Lord Brahma who is reciting this verse after doing tapasya for millions of years, hundreds of years. Later on, he got the darshan of the Lord, and then he glorifies the Lord. So we understood that how in the first verse it is said that Ishvara Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality, and then the description of his abode. We first saw the Goloka Vrindavan, then about the creation. So at least what you did last class, yesterday's class, at least somebody can revise that. What did we understand in the 14th verse?
Hare Krishna Mataji, creation
Yes.
I understood that
Yes, Mataji.
starts from Lord Krishna. First he expands into Balarama.
Yes.
Balarama then expands into the first quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. And
Very
from
good.
so Mula Sankarshana comes Narayana, and from
Yes.
Narayana comes second quadruple expansion. Again, Vasudeva, Mahasankarshana, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. And from Mahasankarshana, the Purusha Avatara starts, Mataji.
Yes,
Vishnu, who lies down in the Karana ocean or the Viraja river, and he goes into this yogic nidra. And during his yogic nidra, during his breathing, lot of universes come out through the pores. They come out like golden seeds covered by the Panchabhutas.
Very good.
So they are starting, Mataji. And then he glances over the Prakriti through, and that glance is called Shambhu, through his consort Ramadevi. Then from Shambhu, it's given to Maya. So then Mahavishnu expands into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu in each of the universes, who lies down in the Garbha ocean or the ocean of conception in the lower part of the universe. And from his navel, one stem comes out and a lotus flower at the top, and he creates Brahma. And in the stem, the 14 planetary systems are there. And Garbhodakashayi Vishnu further expands into Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, who enters into each and every living atom, each and every atom and the living body, and stays in the heart of the living entities known as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Mataji.
Very good. Yes, Mataji. Very good.
That's
So today, very nicely said, Mataji. So today we will see from the 15th verse about Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the Guna avatars, and very nicely said, Mataji. So we start with the 15th verse. So we know that by understanding this, we understand the greatness of the Lord, that how everything, he is the cause of all the causes. Like in the previous classes, you must have gone through the efficient cause, the upadana cause. From all that we understand that the Supreme Lord is the cause of all the causes, and how dependent we are, and still under the influence of Maya, we consider ourselves to be the proprietor. So for that, to understand the greatness of the Lord, to understand how we are dependent, we have to read the scriptures, and then we come to the platform where we can surrender unto the Lord. So for all these reasons, the various descriptions have given, like how God has made various arrangements for the living entity to go back home, back to Godhead. So in this 15th verse, through the 15th verse, we will understand about the Guna avatars. We can about Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the link the Shambhu form and the Brahma. Okay, so we start with the 15th verse. I'll recite and then followed by this. Maybe do you all want one line each, or should I recite the whole verse? As you all say, accordingly I can go. So do you want me to recite line by line or the entire verse? Hari Bol. That should
Let
be
it be
coming.
line by line, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Then I recite, then you can follow me. Karpagavali Mataji, we cannot hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Shall I read?
Yeah. I think Krishnamurti Prabhu has volunteered. We can ask him and then you can read Mataji, Prashanti Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Hari Bol. Vamangad asrajat Vishnum
Vaman Gad Ashwarish Vishnu Hom.
Dakshinangad Prajapatim
Dakshinangat Prajapatim.
Jyotirlingamaya Mayam Shambhum
Jyotirlingamayam Shambhum.
Kurchadeshat Avasrajat.
Purta Deshat Avasrajat. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Medavani Mataji, yes Mataji, you can recite.
Vamangat asrajat Vishnum, Dakshinangat Prajapatim, Jyotirlingamayam Shambhum, Urchadeshadavasrajat. Thank you, Mataji.
Very good. Yes, Prashanti Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Tanvat Pranam. Vamanganad ashrajat Vishnum Dakshinangat Prajapatim Jyotirlingamayam Shambhum Urchadeshadavasrajat. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Hare Krishna. Now word to word meaning. Yes, sir. Sindhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. Synonym, shall I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vama Angad from his left limb. Ashrajat, he created. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Dakshina Anghat from
Yes,
his right
Mataji.
limb.
Line by line. Mataji, yeah, we can understand. See, Vama Angad Asrajat Vishnu. Vama Angad is from his left limb created Vishnu. Yes, Mataji. The second line.
Dakshina Anghat from his right limb.
Yeah, Dakshina Angad. So from his right limb, Prajapatim, Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Yes.
Prajapatim Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Jyotirlinga Mayam Shambhum. Jyotirlinga, the divine masculine manifested halo. Mayam, comprising Shambhum, Shambhu.
Yeah.
Kurcha Deshat Avashrajat. Kurcha Deshat is from the space between his two eyebrows. Avashrajat, he created.
Yes. So from the left side, it says that from the left limb, he created Vishnu. From the left limb, he created Vishnu. From the Dakshina, that is from the right limb, Prajapati Hiranyagarbha, Brahma, and then from the halo, it is Shambhu. That is what it is said. The translation. Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The same Mahavishnu created Vishnu from his left limb, Brahma, the first progenitor of beings, from his right limb, and from the space between his two eyebrows, Shambhu, the divine masculine manifested halo. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji. Hare
Krishna. Yes. One more person can read the translation. There are 20. Yes, Nidhi Tandon Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation: the same Mahavishnu created Vishnu from his left limb, Brahma, the first progenitor of beings, from his right limb, and from the space between his two eyebrows, Shambhu, the divine masculine manifested halo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Pramila Mataji, you can take up the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Dandavat Pranam. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The divine Purusha lying in the ocean of milk, the same who is the regulator of all individual souls, is Sri Vishnu. And Hiranya Garbha, the seminal principle, the portion of the Supreme Lord, is the prime progenitor who is different from the four-faced Brahma. The same Hiranya Garbha is the principle of seminal creating energy of every Brahma belonging to each of the infinity of universes. The divine masculine manifested halo, Shambhu, is the plenary manifestation of his prototype Shambhu, the same as the primary divine masculine generative symbol Sambhu, whose nature has already been described. Vishnu is the integral subjective portion of Mahavishnu. Hence, he is the great lord of all the other lords. The progenitor, Brahma and Shambhu are dislocated portions of Mahavishnu. Hence, they are the gods with delegated functions. His own potency being on the left side of Godhead, Vishnu appears in the left limb of Mahavishnu from the unalloyed essence of his spiritual Chit potency. Vishnu, who is the Godhead himself, is the inner guiding oversoul of every individual soul. He is the personality of Godhead described in the Vedas as being of the measure of a thumb. He is the nourisher. The Karmis, elevationists, worship him as Narayana, the Lord of the sacrifices, and the yogis desire to merge their identities in him as Paramatma by the process of their meditative trance.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we can we'll understand this verses also. This I have taken it from Bhanuswami Maharaj's, where he has given the translation of Bhakti Vinoda Thakura's commentary. Anybody else who has raised hand can read this? Haribol.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. This Vishnu is Kshirodakasai, the Antaryami of the individual Vyasti Jivas. This Prajapati is an Amsha of the Lord and is in the form of Hiranyagarbha. He is different from our four-headed Brahma in each universe. This Hiranyagarbha is the seed tattva for each Brahma of each of the millions of universes. Shambhu.
Yes, Mataji, till there we stop, we'll understand. See, in both the verses, first it states about this Vishnu is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the Antaryami of individual jivas, right? And here also in the here it is said that, yes, it is first talking about the divine Purusha lying in the ocean of milk. This, which is that ocean? The ocean of milk, the Shwetadeep, right? So in this ocean, the same who is the regulator of all individual souls. So this divine Purusha is the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. As Mataji had said, before that, it is Mahavishnu who expands into Garbhadakshayi Vishnu, who further expands into Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, who is present as Paramatma in each and every soul. And this Vishnu, he is in the ocean of milk, the Shwetadeepa. So here it is talking about first is the Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. Then it says that Hiranya Garbha. Garbhadakshayi Vishnu is also called as Hiranya Garbha. He is the seminal principle. Seminal principle means all the generating seeds, all the seeds that are required is present within him. So here see, this Prajapati, he is also called he is the Amsha of the Lord, Swa Amsha. Right? When we learned the expansion also, we saw that Vilasa Prabhava, how it divides the Swa Amshas, which has 6 incarnations, right? 6 types of incarnation, isn't it? The Purusha avatar, then the Leela avatar, the Guna avatar, the Yuga avatar, the Manvantara avatar, and one more is there. Which is that we are missing? The Shaktavesha. Yeah. So like that, so here it is says this Prajapati is the Amsha of the Lord, and he is in the form of Hiranyagarbha. Haribol. Karpavalli Mataji, can you mute?
Yes,
please?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So, no, this Prajapati is the Amsha of the Lord, Swa-Amsha, and is in the form of Hiranyagarbha. Okay. And he is different because even Lord Brahma is, when in the secondary creation, when we talk, that time we mention Lord Brahma as the Hiranyagarbha. So this is the primary creation where this Prajapati Amsha, the Swa-Amsha of the Lord, is in the form of Hiranyagarbha, and he is different. That is why they say he is different from the four-headed Brahma in this universe. This Hiranyagarbha is the seed tattva of, we know that how from Hiranyagarbha, from his navel arises Lord Brahma, who is the of each of the millions of this universe. Till here, is it okay? Then we go forward.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hiranyagarbha, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu Mataji.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Here it gives the meaning that it is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu.
First, we are talking about the Kshirodakshai Vishnu. First, it says that he is the Paramatma of all the. And then it says about this Hiranyagarbha to tell us the source of Brahma. And this is, he is the seed tattva for each Brahma in each of the millions of the universe.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So when we, this is the commentary by Bhakti Vinodha Thakura. This is, see, Shri Vishnu is Shirodakshai Purusha, the Vyasta Antaryami, the indwelling monitor of individual jivas. Prajapati in the form of Hiranyagarbha is an expansion of the Bhagavan. Okay, he is distinct from the four-headed Brahma. This Hiranyagarbha is the Bija Tattva, the source for each and every Brahma in this unlimited universe. Now, is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much. Dandavats, Mataji.
Yeah. Further, yes,
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji,
Mataji.
is Hiranyagarbha is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu or Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Mataji?
Garbho.
I'm getting Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, Mataji. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Shambho. Yeah, from here.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
So, Mataji, Kshirodakashai Vishnu is the Paramatma of all the living entities, right? We are having Lord Narayan in Tirupati, right? So that is the same Narayan of Kshirodakashai Vishnu, which we have in Sri Rangam and Tirupati. So I just have this confusion. Or the original Narayan who is in Vaikuntha. Okay, wherever the Lord Narayan is there, that is Vaikuntha only. So my question is this the Kshirodakashai Vishnu which we have, which we are worshipping here?
I'm not sure, Mataji, whether it is that same deity. So we have to just understand that it is Narayana, that Narayana himself into four. When we talk, it all comes to the same, isn't it? Irrespective. But I think in Sri Rangam, it is in the reclined position. So I think it is the Mahavishnu or Garbhodaksha. But even then, in whatever form it is, Mataji, it is the same, right? But like if you go to Trivandrum, it is Garbhodakshai Vishnu, where we see that from his navel, the lotus coming up. About Sri Rangam, also, I think it is Mahavishnu, but I'm not sure. You can verify that, Mataji. I'm not sure about which it is.
Okay, Mataji. Okay. So, can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. I'll just share. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
This
from here.
Hiranyagarbha, okay, Shambhu with an effulgent linga form is a manifestation arising from the Shambhu previously described, who was the root tattva. Vishnu is a Swamsha of Mahavishnu. Vishnu is a Swamsha of Mahavishnu. Okay. Thus, he is the Lord of all beings. Prajapati and Shambhu are Vibhinamshas of Mahavishnu. Thus, they are devatas with specific jurisdictions.
Yes, jurisdictions, yes. So here we see that, Mataji, here also, we will understand it from the verses, that so Shambhu, it speaks about Shambhu is the plenary manifestation of this prototype Shambhu and as same as the primary divine masculine generative symbol. Shambhu, whose nature has already been described, right? So here, through this, I can show you. This Goloka chart is made by, there is a lecture given by Gokula Chandra Prabhu. You can also hear it. The description which he has given is as follows. It is said that, and they have taken the reference from various scriptures from Brahma Samhita, and in this 15th verse, accordingly he has described, and from Padma Puran and various Puranas, they have taken evidence and they have made this chart and described as follows, that when the Lord, there are three prominent, what do you call, energies, that is the willingness, that is the Icha Shakti, then the, what do you call, there is this Icha Shakti, then the Chitta, the knowledge, and the creative, the Shrishti Shakti, right? So when he desires to create, he expands and comes as Mahavishnu in this Karna ocean, isn't it? This Karna ocean is said to be the expansion of Mahavishnu, which is also said that he it is the sweat, or you can say it is the personified Vedas. These are the two thoughts which is happening. Okay, but we should understand that this spiritual water, this Viraja river, is actually the boundary. It is covering the spiritual world and separating it from the material world. In that is this Karunadaksha Vishnu. So when he desires, right, the material energy along with the pradhana and all, it comes, right? And then to activate it, he glances. So when Lord Mahavishnu comes down, even Lord Goddesses Lakshmi Mata also comes, her expansion is Rama Devi. So Rama Devi understands the glance of Mahavishnu that he would like to recreate, and so she takes up the responsibility of taking this glance. And this glance of the Lord, there is a halo, there is an aura created by this glance, and that aura personified is Shambhu, right? The Lord does not directly comes in contact with the material creation. It is through his expansion, so here we see the glance, the aura of the glance personified is Shambhu, and then for further creation, the shadow of Rama Devi, that is Maya. So this Rama Devi, she understands the Lord's glance, and then from the glance she gives to Shambhu the Kala, that is the Trishul. You see the Kala, the Trishul which he is holding, which represent the past, present, and future. Okay, so the Trishul, he and the Jivas. So it is said, and then this Shambhu, he impregnates it into the womb of Maya Devi. So that first we say that it is the Pradhana which comes, which is the unmanifested form, where it has all the 16 ingredients, right? And the modes are said to be in equilibrium, that there is no agitation. When this is impregnated into Maya, then that agitation takes place, and then it forms the Mahatattva. Okay, so that is what it is talking about, this Shambhu. Shambhu is the plenary manifestation of this prototype Shambhu, as the same as the primary divine masculine generative symbol Shambhu, and whose nature is already described. So here we should understand that Vishnu is actually the Swa Amsha, whereas the others are the Vibhinna Amsha. That is what it is trying to explain. So we can further read so we can understand it. Here.
Mataji,
Yes,
this Ramadevi part you were saying, right? So can you just explain once more? Ramadevi is Maya Shakti. How she is coming into being? I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, tell
Rama,
me, Mataji.
yes. Yeah, tell me, Mataji.
No, you just tell me about the part of Ramadevi, Mataji. I just missed it. I didn't understand that.
See, as how Lord Narayana expands, right? Right, first into the 4 quadruple, right? And then out of Sankarshan. Similarly, even Lord, because Narayana and Lakshmi ji, they are never separate. So she expands as Ramadevi. Shakti Tattva, you can say.
Okay, you're saying Lakshmi is expanding as Ramadevi.
And then her shadow is Maya.
Okay.
These are
Okay,
all
Mataji.
spiritual beings. These are Vishnu Tattva. Even in that lecture, it is said that Shambhu, as long as he is not in touch with the Maya, once he impregnates, then it becomes Shiva Tattva. Till then, it is Vishnu Tattva. Till the glance
Yeah.
and the jiva is given to him, till then his Vishnu Tattva. The moment he comes and impregnates into, because for the creation, the masculine and the feminine is required, right? So that masculine form is Shambhu. The moment he touches with Maya, it becomes the Shiva Tattva.
Okay. So, Ramadevi is the expansion of Lakshmi. That's what you told, right? So that Ramadevi is the Maya,
Her shadow.
her shadow. Okay. So her shadow means then it is Durga Devi.
Yes, you can say that.
Okay, that is a
You can say
Mahamaya. Okay.
Mahamaya.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, so when we say Maya, Mataji, there is Yogamaya, Mahamaya. Yogamaya in the spiritual world, Mahamaya in the material world.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
That is okay. So that here
So,
we understand.
Sorry, Mataji, sorry to interrupt. So, Shambhu, when it comes in contact with the living entities, which means the material world, then then he is Shiva Tattva. That's what you
Shiva
meant, right?
Yeah,
And same way, is it for Ramadevi also when she is coming into contact with this material
She's
world?
not
It is,
coming in contact, Mataji. It is her shadow, the Maya Devi. The Maya. Rama Devi, she does not come in contact with the material world.
Okay. So, so who is taking the glance of the Lord? You said,
He
Mataji.
is taking the glance, but there is no material ingredients in this, right? It is all spiritual.
Mataji, Maya Devi is a shadow of Rama Devi, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So here understanding is that Vishnu, okay, is the Swamsha, Mahavishnu, whereas the Prajapati, here the Prajapati is Brahma. Brahma and Shambhu are the Vibhinnatmas. That is, they are the expansions or the incarnations of the Swamshas. First is Lord Krishna, right? We saw the expansion. So directly from there, that is the Swamshas. From the Swamshas, further it is called as the Vibhinnamshas. Okay, so thus they are the devtas with specific jurisdiction. They have come for a particular purpose.
Hare Krishna Mataji, one small doubt can I ask?
Yes, Mataji.
Actually, Prajapati and Shambhu, they are from as it is written, they are from Mahavishnu, right, Mataji, from here. So, but actually, Prajapati is none
They
other
are the
than
Vibhinna,
Brahma.
Mataji, they are the Vibhinnamshas. This is what we have to understand.
Yes, Mataji. Prajapati is none other than Brahma, right, Mataji? So Brahma, actually, we say that he is from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
It doesn't matter, no, Mataji. Mahavishnu's expansion, they are all the same, right? For a purpose, they are coming. So it can be interchangeably used.
Okay, actually, here it is written as Mahavishnu, so I have the doubt, Mataji, whether Prajapati and Brahma are the same or not. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Here, Mataji, in Jiva Goswami said, the word Prajapati here refers to the incarnation of Hiranyagarbha. Okay, so there Prajapati, it is used in a different, you have to, according to this, we have to understand. Yeah, we have to. So here it is, so who is the Godhead and the inner guiding. Further it says that Vishnu appears in the left limb. It is said that all the potencies of the Lord, it is along the left side of so the Lord appears in the left limb of Mahavishnu from an unalloyed essence of his spiritual chit potency, who is the Godhead himself, and he is the Paramatma in each and every living entity, where in the second or the second canto we understood, right, the size of Paramatma, the size of a thumb, and then he's standing. The various description was given. If you remember our Bhagavatam class in second canto, so it's the same. Yes, it is said. It is the same Brahma who is of the measure of a thumb. He is the nourisher. So the karmis, they worship him as the Narayana, the Lord of sacrifice, and the yogis, they desire to merge into the identities in himself as Paramatma by the process of meditation. This is that Paramatma, where the yogis, this also we had finished in Bhagavatam, where those who are advanced, those who, the neophytes, till I think the Nivrati stage, if those who are able to control their mind, they further go into the Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, and then they succeed in seeing the Lord that is in the Paramatma form. And that is this Paramatma, the Shirodaksha Vishnu, who is in our in the region of the heart as Paramatma and the size of the thumb. That is what this verse is describing about.
Hare Krishna Mataji, just one small doubt, Mataji. These yogis, which place they go, Mataji? To Shweta Dvipa, Mataji?
It is all, as long as the material creation there, and then actually the destination is in the Brahma Jyoti.
Brahma Jyoti.
Yes, they do not go beyond that.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
So it is, this is all about this verse, which describes about the three gunas. Where we are given the understanding that Shirodaksha Vishnu, the maintainer, he is actually the Swa Amsha, while the rest both are the Vibhin Amshas. So that is the understanding which we get from here, from this verse. And I have taken many of from Chaitanya Charitamrita, which will give us a proper understanding. Right? It would wish, since there is some time, we can go through these verses also. Would somebody like to take up?
Mataji, is it Madhya Leela?
Yes, this is from Madhya Leela.
Yeah, okay, Mataji.
Text 251, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vishnu has three forms called Purushas. The first Mahavishnu is the creator of the total material energy, Mahat. The second is Garbhodakshay, who is situated within each universe as the third, and the third is Kshirodakshay, who lives in the heart of every living being. He who knows these three becomes liberated from the clutches of Maya.
So we understand how Mahavishnu, expansion, Garbhodakshay and Shirodakshay. Yes.
Text 252. Krishna has unlimited potencies, out of which three are chief: willpower, the power of knowledge, and creative energy.
Yes. That is the Ichcha Shakti, the Chitta Shakti, and the Shrishti.
The predominator of willing potency is Lord Krishna, for by his supreme will everything comes into existence. In willing there is a need for knowledge, and that knowledge is expressed through Vasudeva.
Vasudeva.
There is no possibility. Text 254. There is no possibility of creation without thinking, feeling, and willing, knowledge, and activity. The combination of supreme will, knowledge, and action brings about the cosmic manifestation.
Yes. So when he desires to create, that is when the Ichcha Shakti comes out, right? The Maya Shakti, which has got Pradhana and the Vidya, Avidya, and various. Yeah. Then when that Ichcha is there, what does Lord Sankarshana do? Yes, Mataji, further.
Yes, Mataji. Text 255. Lord Sankarshana is Lord Balrama, being the predominator of the creative energy. He creates both the material and spiritual world. Text 256. The original Sankarshana, Lord Balrama, is the cause of both material and spiritual creation. He is the predominating deity of egotism, and by the will of Krishna and the power of spiritual energy, he creates the spiritual world, which consists of planets Goloka, Vrindavana, and the Vaikuntha planet.
So when Lord desires, all the arrangements we have read, right? All the arrangement is done by Lord Balram, who is the expansion of the Lord. Yes.
Although there is no question of creation as far as the spiritual world is concerned, the spiritual world is nonetheless manifested by the supreme will of Sankarshana. The spiritual world is the abode of the past tense of eternal spiritual energy.
So the creation is for the material world. That happens by the will of the Lord. Yes, further.
Text 259. By the agency of material energy, the same Lord Sankarsana creates all the universes. The dull material energy, known in modern language as nature, is not the cause of material universe.
Yes.
Text 260. Without the Supreme Personality of Godhead's energy, dull matter cannot create the cosmic manifestation. Its power does not arise from the material energy itself, but is endowed by Sankarsana.
Yes, so we see that the material energy which comes out, it on its own cannot create anything. That is why we know, right? For the creation, it is the super soul is the Mahavishnu. And then when the universe, it is for each universe, it is Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the super soul. And then for each individual, which is made up of that matter, for that individual also to function, we need another spirit soul. And that is the Shirodakshay Vishnu as super soul in each and every living entity. Yes. Somebody else would like to read? Karpagabali Mataji, you can read further.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Mataji.
Pranams.
Mataji, text 261. Dull matter alone cannot create anything. Of Godhead.
Mataji, you are not actually audible.
I'm not audible, Mataji.
No, Mataji, not audible. Somebody else would like to take up? Some disturbance.
Krishna
Yes,
Mataji.
Kavita Mataji can read, yeah.
Hello, Mataji.
Text 261.
It's breaking, Mataji.
Well, can I read, Mataji?
Yeah, Kavita Mataji, go ahead.
Text 261. Dull matter alone cannot create anything. Material energy produces the creation by the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Iron itself has no power to burn, but when iron is placed in fire, it is empowered to burn.
Yeah, this is the analogy given, right? And the material energy cannot do anything. It is, maybe Prabhu has taught you all, right? The effective cause and the upadana cause, right? So the material is there, but it has to be energized. So the Lord is the cause of all the causes.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yeah, further you can read, Mataji.
Text number 260. I can't see, Mataji. Text
62, 262.
262. Slightly up.
Yeah.
Rama and Krishna are the original efficient and material causes of the material world. As Mahavishnu and the material energy, they enter into the material elements and create the diversities by multi-energies. Thus, they are the cause of all the causes.
Yeah. So Mahavishnu and the material, and they enter the material elements and then they create the diversity.
Mataji, shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Garbhodaksha, Karnadaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu, is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And he is the master of eternal time, space, cause, and the effects. The mind, the elements, the material ego, the modes of the nature, the senses, the universal form of the Lord. Garbhodaksha Sai Vishnu, and the sum total of all living beings, both moving and non-moving. Text 271. Shall I continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Maya has two functions. One is called Maya and the other is called Pradhana. Maya refers to the efficient cause and the Pradhana refers to the ingredients that create the cosmic manifestation.
Yeah. So here see, Maya has two functions, Pradhana, and so here you understand that it is the efficient cause. That is, it has to be into the womb of Maya. Maya, it impregnates, Shambhu impregnates, right? The Kala and the Jiva. And then the ingredients that is present in the Pradhana, they start to interact. That is an agitation. And then it creates a manifestation. So we see that the efficient cause and the Upadana cause. That is what we have to understand here. This is within the mind.
Text 272. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead glances over the material energy, she becomes agitated.
Not able to
At
hear
that
you. Hare
time,
Krishna.
the Lord injects original semen of the living entities.
Haribol Mataji. Can I ask someone also to read, because
thank you,
it's not
Mataji.
that. Okay, Haribol. Maybe you can mute also, Mataji. There is some disturbance. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read?
Yes.
Text 272. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead glances over the material energy, she becomes agitated. At that time, the Lord injects the original semen of the living entities. Text 273. To impregnate with the seeds of the living entities, the Lord himself does not directly touch the material energy, but by his specific functional expansion, he touches the material energy, and thus the living entities, who are his parts and parcel, are impregnated into material nature.
So about about whom it is talking here? Who is that specific functional?
Shambhu. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Should I continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, continue.
Okay. Text 272. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead glances over the material energy, she becomes agitated. At that time, the Lord injects. I think we have
it is
already
the same.
read this, Mataji.
Yeah. Here it is. Next year, yeah.
276. First, the total material energy is manifested, and from this arises the three types of egotism, which are the original sources from which all demigods, controlling deities, senses, and material elements expand.
Yeah, I think a chart was shown to you all, wherein when after the agitation, right? Earlier it is the mode of goodness that predominates, but over a period of time, the mode of passion, and then comes a mode of ignorance. And this mode of ignorance is further in three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. If you all remember that chart, right? And from the mode of goodness comes out the mind and the Dig Devatas. And from the mode of passion comes out the working senses and the knowledge acquiring senses. And from the mode of ignorance comes out the Patan Matras. Do you all remember that chart, or you want me to share? It is there in
Very
the
vaguely,
group.
Mataji. We'll revise. Very vaguely.
Can everybody share that? Because I do not. It is there in the group that I have seen yesterday itself. I think Gaur Chandra Prabhu had. If somebody can share that, I can explain to you. This is, or else further let.
I can share.
Okay.
I just opened it. I can share it.
Mataji, this in Chaitanya Charya, I mean, is CC in which chapters, Mataji?
Madhya Leela, Mataji.
20. Madhya Leela, 20th chapter, and the further verses.
Adi Leela, you said? Madhya Leela.
Madhya Leela, 20th, 20, chapter number 20.
Okay,
who said who will share? Then I can make them as a co-host. Who is
Can
that?
you see, Mataji? Myself, I told.
Nidhi?
No, Anita.
Anita. Then I have to make you a co-host, Mataji, otherwise you cannot.
I think I was able to share. Okay, just let me know if you can see.
Yeah,
Mataji,
yes,
we could see us. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is the Goloka chart, right, Mataji?
Okay, so
not
which one
this.
you wanted?
There is a chart where the mode of goodness, the mode of ahankara is further divided into three. The ahankara in goodness, the ahankara in passion, and the ahankara in ignorance. Wherein we see that there is, even before Brahma is created, or the Brahma is born from his lotus, there are demigods which are there. That comes out from the mode of goodness, the mind and the Dig Devatas. I should have did. Were you able to get it, Mataji? Yes, Mataji, that same chart, you can go down.
Just wait, Mataji. I will share.
Yeah, you can share.
Just 2 seconds. Mataji, please share this in the group. I don't remember seeing this, or I deleted. So sorry. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Maybe we'll further read. We do, because it's almost, we don't miss. There are certain few more things. Okay,
May I
Mataji?
read, Mataji?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Now, Kishore Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji, do you want me to share that? I just got that PDF.
Okay, then you can share, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, share it in the WhatsApp group also, no, please. Hare.
Yeah, okay, Mataji. I share it. This one, Mataji. Can you see?
Not visible yet, Mataji.
Yes. Yes.
Which one? Which page you want to go, Mataji?
You can scroll down, Mataji.
Only till here it is there,
Yes,
Mataji.
yes. Go down. Maybe a little small you can make, Mataji. Further, it is not.
Mataji, the previous slide.
This one?
Yes. Enough, Mataji. Here you can see, right? He glances, and then from the Mahatattva, when the over a period of time, that is the time factor is there. Initially, it is the mode of goodness that is predominant. Then later on, it becomes the mode of passion. And then when the mode of ignorance, ahankara, predominates, further this is divided into three parts: the jnana, kriya, and the dravya. Okay, so here is yeah.
Mataji, here Sattva Guna and Rajas Guna together combined, it will become Tamasa.
No. It is that is what, when it is pradhana, everything is in equilibrium. When it gets agitated, initially the mode of goodness is predominant. That is right, predominant. Then later on, over a period of time, the kal factor is there when ahankara becomes predominant. When ahankara becomes predominant, it divides further, because when it is sattva is predominant, it is the knowledge is there. Right, but when ahankara becomes predominant, this ahankara also, that mode of ignorance is further divided into three parts. That is sattvic ahankara, rajasic ahankara, and tamasic ahankara. And from the sattvic ahankara comes the mind and the 10 sense devatas. And then from the rajasic ahankara, the prana and the working senses and the knowledge acquiring senses. And then from the gross element, then the tanmatras and 5 sense objects. Okay.
Mataji, one Mahatattva, it is showing Rajas also, no, Mataji. Being the
Mahatattva has all. Rajas, passion, sattva, rajas, and ahankara. Okay. So over a period of time, when the ahankara becomes predominant, it is further divided into three. Ahankara in three aspects.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So you can stop sharing, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, I had a doubt. This jnana, kriya, and dravya, which is there in the screen, which Mataji showed. What is that, Mataji? Is it sattvic ahankar and rajasic ahankar and tamasic ahankar? What is that? I mean, how does it differentiate? Because ahankar is itself is false ego, right? So how can there be sattvic false ego? That's what I'm.
Yes, Mataji. It is like because nothing is pure. When we say that somebody is in ignorance, but there is some part of ignorance, sattvic as well as rajasic, right? So here there is ignorance, but ignorance to a lesser extent. So ahankara, further it has got 3. Okay. So yeah, where the in what do you call ahankara in ignorance, it is all in what you call it is very less amount of sattvic and rajasic. Nothing is purely present.
Okay, Mataji, can you explain the meaning of those words? Why is it Dravya and what is that? Can the chart, if somebody can show that again?
Dravya is dead, Mataji. There is, and then the other is in the passion. We know, we need to know things about, right? So from that comes out the sense, the knowledge acquiring and the working senses. Yes.
Jnana, Dravya and Karma. Jnana, Dravya,
Kriya.
Oh, Kriya.
Kriya. From this Kriya, see, this is all Mataji. Now, this is Sarga. So far, Visarga has not come. This is Sarga. And in one of the lectures, I heard that in Mahatattva, they are all present in their personified form. This is also, it is told. So, and then it is said that when the golden eggs, you know, when they come, when it comes in contact with the Mahatattva, all these elements, layer by layer, it envelops around this golden egg. And there, in each of the layer, there are personalities. And then later on, this the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into the golden eggs when it forms a proper universe. And this Dig Devatas are also said to be the expansion, like they are in the Karna ocean, and they are actually the expansions of the eternal associates of the Lord who are present in the Vaikuntha Loka, like the Ishana. They are all, I had read. It is said that, yes, they are the eternal associates of the Lord. Yes, like the Manus, Indra, Agni, Yama, Nivriti, Varuna, Manus, Vayu, Kuvera, Shiva, Ishana. They are all those energies which come down, you know, for the creation. They are the associates which are helping in the creation, and they form the 10 Dig Devtas who are in the Karna ocean. And then later on, when the creation happens, within the universe, the demigods which are being created by Lord Brahma, they are being given the energies by these Dig Devatas. It is said that these Dig Devatas, they are in the Karna ocean, and then they pray to the Supreme, you know, and then the further, this we can, in the third canto also, the further descriptions are given in the creation.
Okay, Mataji. And Mataji, this intelligence is given under Ahankar of Rajas, and mind is given in the Ahankar of Sattvic. Is there any significance like that? Why? Because intelligence, with the help of the intelligence only, we direct the mind, isn't it? And
Yeah,
with control the mind, we direct the senses, like that.
Actually, that is what, you know, mind is actually in the mode of goodness. Where it is in the service of the Lord, but when our intelligence get perverted, right? So then we direct the mind towards the material energy for the sense, towards the sense gratification. That is why in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is said that, you know, what is that which is actually making us, you know, provoking us to do activities for sense gratification. So it is said that it is the lust and the envy. So for that, how to overcome that, Lord Krishna says that first you should have the knowledge, the proper knowledge. Once you get the transcendental knowledge, then you can direct yourself towards the Supreme Lord. So that is why actually mind is in the mode of goodness. But the why it is in the mode of passion that you said, right? Because for creation, it requires some you know, the impetus to create. So that is why the working senses and the knowledge acquiring are in the mode of passion, because they have to do, the creation should happen.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
That is
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So further, like, you know, I think we are just, I wanted to add few points is over here, that this is, it's talking about the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and everything. Then the third expansion of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the incarnation, this also we understood. Further, this 301, I just wanted to make, let's see, there are three functions. Can somebody read this? 2-3 slides are there, and then we finish.
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Navakishori.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. There are three functions within this material world. Everything here is created, everything is maintained for some time, and everything is finally dissolved. The Lord therefore incarnates himself as the controller of the three qualities, Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, and Tamaguna, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Thus, the transactions of the material world take place. Text 302. Because of his past pious activities mixed with the devotional service, the first class living entity is influenced by the mode of passion within his mind. Such a devotee is empowered by Garbhodakshay Vishnu. In this way, the incarnation of Krishna in the form of Brahma engineers the total creation of the universe. The sun manifests his brilliance in a gem, although it is a stone. Similarly, the original personality of Godhead, Govinda, manifests himself. His special power in a pious living entity. Thus, the living entity becomes Brahma and manages the affairs of the universe. Let me worship Govinda, the original personality of Godhead. If in a kalpa, a suitable living entity is not available to take charge of Brahma's post, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself personally expands and becomes Lord Brahma.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell that, we understood that from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, so comes out Lord Brahma, but Lord Brahma, that Brahma, it is a post, right? So how it is here in this verse, it is said that such a devotee here, because of his past pious activities mixed with devotional service, the first class living entity influenced by the mode of passion within his mind. Such a devotee is empowered by Garbhodakshay Vishnu and he takes up the post of Brahma. But in case, and how is this described as, there is an echo, please mute. Yeah. So this is like how, I request all to please mute. Now, Kishori Mataji, can you please? Okay.
Yes, sure, Mataji. The sun manifests.
No. Mataji, mute, I said, because of
okay.
That there was an. So that's how the sun manifests its brilliance in a gem, right? Similarly, the Lord gives the special powers to a living entity and thus he becomes Brahma. And in case if there is no living entity suitable for that post, it is Lord himself expands and becomes Lord Brahma. So there would be several instances where you can see, so you should not get confused. So you understand that the inconceivable nature of the Lord, according to time, place, and circumstances, according to the availability, the Lord takes up various incarnations. So in this verse, we saw that about Kshirodakshay Vishnu is a Amsha, Swa Amsha, whereas Brahma and Shiva, they are the Vibhin Amshas. Hare Krishna. If any mistakes, please forgive me. This is what I have to
so much,
convey.
Thank you, Mataji. Very wonderful class. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. It was very nice explanation.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Very,
Hare
very
Krishna.
good.
Mataji, wonderful class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Wonderful class, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Vacha
Hare
kalpatarubhasya
Krishna, Mataji.
kripa
Dandavat
sindhu
Pranam.
patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah anantakoti Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah, we'll end the session, Mataji. Hari Bol. I end the session with your permission. Hari Bol.